Hi guys, welcome back to Podcast. So for today's video, I will be reviewing this model. So what I got here is the motor gallery, the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTAm, and I think this one is their first release of their model with the Montreal green version right here, and also the deep red one, which is the another iconic color for the Alfa Romeo Giulia. But for now, I have this Montreal green version, and we are going to talk about this model. So yeah, this one is another Chinese brand that which I don't really know if it was an actually a licensed product or not, because they do put a sticker on the bottom of their packaging, but I'm not quite sure if this is an actual sticker from Alfa Romeo or they just made it up. I don't really know, but the sticker itself, it seems legit, I think. So yeah, let's just assume that this model is a licensed product judging from their stickers. So yeah, let's talk about the packaging first. So the packaging is pretty much like the regular Hong Kong or Chinese brands. We have this acrylic packaging with a paper box on the outside with the logo of the brand itself, the model gallery on the front, and then the model name on the top with the logo. So the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTAm. On the back we have another model name, and then on the bottom we got to see pretty much nothing except for the attention and the collector fragile. And so yeah, this product is officially licensed to GD Commerce and Trade Co. Limited. So yeah, I think this model is an actual licensed product. So yeah, that is pretty relieving for you guys that kind of like concerned about licensing. So yeah, this model is pretty cool to see with these stickers. So that is pretty much about the packaging, and now let's open the packaging and let's see the model up close, starting from the base. So yeah, the base itself, it's pretty simple. It's just a plain black plastic with the metal plug on the front. You can see the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTAm Serie Limitata. I think this one is in Italian, and then the motor gallery logo right here. And that is pretty much it about the base. So now let's talk about the model. Wait, why is it so zoomed in? Right. So yeah, this is the model from motor gallery, and I have to say my first impression on this brand itself, it is a very nice looking brand, because their details are very good. Like, you could see this, like if you pause this and then you just admire the details that they put on this model. Like the headlights, they have the details on the inside, and then the Alfa Romeo details on the logo on the grille, and then yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the detail. Like, you could see the carbon fiber texture on the front arrow, then the grille itself, that is really detailed. Then from the hood you could see this photo etch part for the air intakes. And then moving on to the side, now this is the details and the silhouette of the side of the Alfa Romeo Giulia, and it is a really detailed one, to be honest. Like, starting from the wheels, let's see, the wheels itself is really detailed, even though they kind of like painted it in this gloss black, but you could still see the details right there. And also you could see the details of the disc brakes and the calipers. And then moving on to the side fender, you could see the 4 clover leaf logo. That is very Alfa Romeo. And then the side gills also have a texturized grille. And then moving on to the doors itself, it is a really nicely done paint job right here. Like you can see how clean the paint job is. And then one thing that I noticed about the aero details on this model is that they are mostly a separate parts. Like you could see this one, the side skirts detail of the aero, this one is a separate parts. Like, wait, how do I show you guys? Like you could see that it is sticking out from the side skirts, and that kind of like indicates that this is a separate parts for the side skirt itself. Wait, let me try to show you guys better. Like this is a separate parts. Like, I mean, how could they do that? Wait, how do I kind of like making it focus on that? Yeah, you could see that. Oh yeah, that is the carbon fiber details. That is pretty detailed. Then you could see the details right there, and also on the rear wheels with the carbon fiber fenders. And then we are going to move on to the back. You could see a very nicely done details on here, and we got the Alfa Romeo logo and also the Giulia GTAm. And then if you look at the wing, it is a carbon fiber covered, maybe like a decal or a tampo, and it is a nicely done. And you could see that the carbon fiber pattern meet at the center of the wing, and it is a really nicely done details. Wow, okay, that this is a really nicely done details, bro. And wait, I think I have a defect on this model. So if you look closely right here on the back, I have this separate parts for the aero on the rear bumper, but if you look at on the other side, it is missing. So yeah, I think that is the downside of using several separate parts for the aero. Like it is kind of like easily fell off or easily broken, so you need to be more careful with this model. Don't be like me. So yeah, it is. Yeah, it's kind of like a shame that I kind of lost this parts on this side, on the right side. But yeah, anyway, that the model itself is still pretty good. And then you could see the tail lights right here. It is really detailed. And then the exhaust and the diffuser itself has a carbon fiber texture or carbon fiber printed details. And then for the roof, you could see that the carbon fiber is nicely coated with the clear gloss. So yeah, that is really nicely done. You could see the finishing on this model is excellent. And then if you look at the interior, you could see that this is a really nicely done model. Down to the interior, like you could see the seat belts, like the racing belts, is a separate part. That is like you can see that on the rear roll cage, the white roll cage, it is a separate part. And then you could see the fire extinguisher on the center of the rear seat right there. That is the fire extinguisher. And then the details on the interior is insane. You could see that the GTAm details on the dashboard. And then if you look at the driver's side interior, you could see a really nicely done details, including the speedometer, the Alfa Romeo logo on the steering wheel, the AC, and the center console, including the transmission, like the gear itself. Like this is a really detailed model. Like you could see the GTAm logo on the bucket seat, That is insane, bro. This is a really nice model. God damn. Wow. Kind of like impressed for this model. This is a super nice model. You could see the front, that is really detailed. And then the side mirrors also have the Italia flag with the carbon fiber printing. And yeah, I think, god damn, this is a really nice model, honestly, from Motor Gallery. So yeah, I think that's about it for this model. This is the Motor Gallery 64 Alfa Romeo Giulia GTAm, and this is a really nice model. Details are insane. If you want to buy one, you should buy one, because this is very worth it as a model. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.